Hello and welcome. I'm Lauren Fix. Welcome to His Turn, Her Turn.
Hi, I'm Paul Bryan. I would be the his turn part of this.
I'm the her turn, just in case you
She's
didn't
the
figure
her
that out.
turn part. We have no identity problems like that at all. But as long as we're talking about identity problems, let's talk about one of the reasons why we're here. The main reason why we're here in the Napa Valley of California.
Beautiful.
And this is for the customer that's looking to change their identity a bit. They have moved out of mom and dad's basement.
Yes.
They have moved out of their used car. Maybe they've moved out of their entry-level vehicle.
And they've got a good job, a nice solid job. Maybe they're recently married and they wanted to show that I've made it in the world.
And so what do they want to do? They want to start entering into the luxury market. They want to have a car that's a cut above. You know, they want to make a statement.
But the entry-level luxury market is the fastest growing market along with the crossover utility. And this marketplace demands performance, style, design, technology. And still, you want to have something that meets your needs. So that's why the Acura ILX has been redesigned. And I have to say, you'll see what our opinion is.
The Acura people looked at almost every aspect of the car, from the powertrain, the transmission,
Interior, technology.
interior tech, everything else.
It's funny, when you talk to people that buy these cars, they're looking at daytime running lights, as we call DRLs, and they want something that says, man, I want to know when I'm coming down the road that I'm driving whatever it is I'm driving. And the competition in this marketplace is all about LED lights and technology and cool design. And that's why they made a big change.
You know, I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, when the Earth was cooling, you could drive a car and look in the rearview mirror, and you could tell the identity of that car. At least I could, but I know that I had the car sickness.
But I wasn't that long ago from
No, I know, but you could see what was coming up from behind you, and you could tell what it was, and even what year it was. Sometime.
Absolutely.
With
and who was a police officer?
yeah, those were the red ones. But now we've come out of this dark age of lighting and the dark age of aerodynamics with that one perfect solution where everything looked like a rolling jelly bean.
Yes, thank God we've moved on from that.
And they've been able now to look at things and they say, well, you know what, instead of having to have a light this size, if we can go to lighting that like this.
You can see, this is all cool, these staged LED lights.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
cool.
you know, now you can start changing the character of the car.
Yeah, plus the invention of using alloys and plastics. None of this front end would look like it is without the plastic industry and the alloy industry, aluminum and such, to make it as beautiful as it is. And I think that's part of why Acura said, you know, we're going to show the Germans that we have something to compare.
Yeah, and they do. Pulled off on the side of the road here in the midst of the Cade family vineyards. We are sitting in the midst of acres upon acres of the Cabernet Sauvignon that's right behind us here.
And not cheap wine either.
No, this is not your Mad Dog 2020.
No, this is not Raspberry Ripple.
Yeah, this is in the land of the real deal here, folks, in the Napa Valley. But let's talk about this car in terms of it being the real deal as well. Now, we're inside what's being called the A-Spec.
Right, that's sort of like compared to their competitors, like the Audi S or, you know, CLA, you know, with an AMG Sport package. I guess they're trying to do that sporty look, sporty style, because it's got bigger wheels.
Yeah, it goes to the 18-inch by 7.5-inch 225 40s, I think. You get the sports seats, you get the
suede inserts, which is nice to stay in the seat if you're going to push it.
Body-colored side moldings.
Well, the aluminum sport pedals are great. I think they're nice, very sporty, and it's an entry-level sports sedan. There's a lot of competition in this.
And also the rear deck spoiler and stuff like that, which really dresses up the back end of the car very, very nicely.
Right.
It's more than parsley on a plate.
For sure.
It's absolute upgrade to what they're putting in there. This car, the way it sits, comes in right around $35,000. It's a really good price point.
And fuel economy isn't bad either. When you're thinking about a car like this in this category with this size of an engine, you're looking, at a 201 horsepower, 2.4 liter engine. You're getting 29 combined, 36 on the highway,
36.
25 in the city. That's pretty good. And that might beat the competition in some categories.
The old engine in the ILX was a 150 horsepower engine. They've bumped that up by a full third. I mean, we're up to 200 horsepower, 201 horsepower engine in this new iteration of pack that they've got, an engine package with the 8-speed transmission.
Right, and that's a new transmission. Also, that dual clutch transmission, which we heard when you put it in sport mode, even on the base model, you could hear a downshift. It was cool. It's a very, very, very smart move.
And the other thing too is if you put it in the sport mode, you can go ahead and use the paddle shifters on the steering wheel too, and just go ahead and choose
whatever
the
you
gears.
want.
You just put it in sport mode, and it really comported the car very, very nicely.
Right. It wasn't hunting for gears. It was very precise. And I have to say, when you're driving a German car as a competitor, it's very specific. Once you drive a German car, you don't want anything but a German car. But Acura really has changed the steering input to be very specific. The handling was tight. The performance was there. The transmission wasn't hunting for gears. And the brakes were great.
And it was only on one particularly tight turn.
Well, decreasing radius, going uphill in a blind
it
corner.
Just had all the wrong elements were going on there. But for the most part, it was very enjoyable to drive. I was having a good time with
Independent suspension,
and I kept
of
saying,
course.
just wait until you get behind it. And then you got it, and you had the same experience.
It's all about the DNA of Acura. It's about performance. It's about design. It's about keeping within the family. And this is an entry-level vehicle. And I think they really did that even with the tech package and the safety package, which they call Acura Watch Plus. So it's everyone's got their own little name, but that's literally every single safety package you can put under the sun. Adaptive cruise control, collision.
Lane departure.
We use the lane departure. I liked it, actually. I usually hate it. First thing I do is I shut it off. But it was visual.
I am not a fan.
It was audible.
I'm still not a fan.
I mean, for daily driving and maybe,
I know.
I usually shut it off. But theirs was not so intrusive that you were like, I cannot stand this. It actually was really nice. I love cross-traffic alert and backup cameras and the ability to see what's going on around you, because in parking lots is when accidents happen.
You can buy the base model with the tech package upgrade to it without going into what they call the A-Spec or the premium car. And your iPhone.
It was iPhone. I think it was designed for Apple.
It was designed for iPhone. Into there. And use Siri.
They also have the one with the navigation. However, there's a little hook on that. The cable's $90 and the app is $60. But you can use the navigation that you usually would see on your phone right on your screen.
But that's still cheaper than what you would have to spend to get the full Navi.
Right, unless you're going to buy some aftermarket thing. Then you got. I already have my radar detector on the dash. Why would I want to put a navigation screen? So
it is a solid piece. That's pushable in a corner if you want to, and I think they've accomplished more than what they thought they needed to set out. The 35% increase in power was sorely needed. They addressed that. The torque is better, the brakes are better, all of that.
For me, I think it was the new technology, the ability to connect up your iPhone, which makes a lot of sense. We wanted to keep people hands-free. Loved the braking. The handling was much more specific, so the upgrade to that, the upgrade to the engine performance. The seating comfort was also very good, something I usually complain about. I think they did a nice job making some real pretty interior and exterior colors. They're all factors. And the new wheel designs also, I think, are very big positives.
It's worth making sure that this car is in your competitive set when you're looking in this segment.
And when you do take a test drive, put your comments below. We can all share. It's a good thing to do.
Sure. You can find me on Facebook. It's Paul Bryan, Paulbrian. Tweet me at @ThePaulBryan. You can find me there. And Lauren,
I am Lauren Fix, the car coach. You can find me on Twitter at Lauren Fix with 1X, please, or laurenfix.com. Sign up for the newsletter. And of course, we love your comments. We love your feedback. Make sure to check out our other videos as well.
And also, too, if you're hanging around the radio on Saturday morning, make sure you join me on WLS Radio in Chicago. The website is WLSAM.com. You can find all kinds of podcasts there as well of the shows, and Lauren shows up quite often. We like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's his turn, her turn for this edition from the Napa Valley of California. So long, everybody.
So long, everyone. See you next time.